Hi, my name is Ayaka from Japan. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you.
I'm excited to have this opportunity to interview you all. So I would like to ask the same question to all three of you. I believe the cast and crew have bonded over the 4 seasons. Looking back, what were your first impression of the cast you worked with? How has the relationship changed from when you first met them to now?
Great question, by the way. I think that my favorite part about this show is this cast and getting to work with this cast and with the writing that these writers have put together. But so yes, we all have bonded, and certainly the crew going through what we went through. It's a huge show and difficult at times to shoot because you're all over the world, and everybody pitched in. But for me, working with these two guys has been a thrill. I was such a huge fan of both of them before we got to work together. So there wasn't a lot of first impressions. I had a wealth of information and characters that I loved before I even met them. So it was less first impression and more first nerves. I was so nervous to be on stage, on set with him the first day because he's him. He's as good as it gets. And then in season 2, the fact that I remember when we had made the offer to Michael Kelly, and then I had heard that he had said yes, and I went, really? He's actually going to do this show? So for me, I was just such a big fan, and it was more about calming myself down to be able to work with these guys.
And for me, it was I was incredibly intimidated coming into it because, you know, they had already done a season together. And anytime you step onto a show that's been going, anytime I step on any show or any set, you have the nerves and you want to throw up and, you know, you have all this anxiety. But walking onto one where these two guys, obviously they had such a great personal relationship already. It was very intimidating, and they both quickly, very, very quickly welcomed me and made me feel like I had been there already for the first year, you know, and it meant a lot. It made things a lot easier. And funny enough, I was talking with Wendell last night saying that, you know, the time it takes for Mike November to become the way the relationship he has with these guys by the end of the second season, we quickly had that, the three of us, and I had to pace myself as the character because the relationship we established so quickly wasn't what was on the page, and so you had to remove yourself from that and not play like we were already such great friends. It was they were very welcoming. Sorry to ramble.
And what I've discovered, I was thinking about that last night. We have great friendships. It's reflected in the work. It's reflected in the interviews, and it also is one of those things that it's a rarity that you have that along with the level of the quality of the work. Looking at it, as Michael was saying, you know, it was so cinematic last night. You know, when we saw it in the previews, for me just to see it, and then I thought back on all 4 seasons, and I thought, man, to do that level of work and the vision that John has created, and really at a high level, my one concern is now going forward and having to do something subpar. You know, really, it's.
I love how that's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
there's someone out there being like, "Great."
It is.
I thought it was a pretty good idea.
I'm looking forward to my next projects, but the level of the quality of the work was so high, man. The quality of the work of the acting, the writing, and what we put on the screen was really high level. It's a high bar that has been set, and it also is a really lasting memory of a great time and great work.
Okay, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to interviewing you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Arigato.
ありがとうございます。